Playhouse Disney UK.
The Walt Disney Company utilized the Playhouse Disney name for the preschool strand on Disney Channel all around the world, as well as its own dedicated channel in a few places outside of North America. About. For many years, Playhouse Disney outside the United States was very different from its American equivalent, with a format set within a live-action playhouse set that included the main room, a bedroom, an attic, a bathroom, and a garden. It was developed and conceived by Andrew Beecham, who later worked for NBC Universal and ran PBS Kids Sprout. The United Kingdom was the first to employ this format, which debuted on Disney Channel on September 28, 1999, replacing the previously existing Under Fives block. This edition was presented by veteran British children's entertainer Dave Benson Phillips, nicknamed Big Dave, and newcomer Alex Lovell, nicknamed Little Alex. The two would dance, sing, engage with the audience, and perform activities in preparation for a day in which the focus would be on a connected topic, such as a hobby, an activity, a body part, an animal, or a character from the block/channel. A year later, Playhouse Disney got its own channel on Sky Digital, and then on cable. The Disney Channel block was discontinued in July 2004, and a puppet named Monty Mole joined the channel, occasionally appearing alongside Dave and Alex in subsequent years. Other mini-segments featured in the main portion included a birthday segment, which featured Dave and Alex interacting and dancing with a talking/singing birthday cake named Victoria Sponge, voiced by Michael Omer, the format's composer from 1999 to 2002, and later Dave Benson Phillips himself from 2002 to 2003, as well as interacting with Mickey the Mouse, a real-life mouse who lived in a smaller replica of the playhouse. Viewer-sent images were also showcased. Normally, Dave or Alex would get these from the Playhouse postman, played by Phil Gallagher, and place them down. When Dave and Alex were not there, two talking picture heads/gargoyles named Auntie Rosie and Uncle Charlie, voice actors unknown, would appear. Normally, they would mislead the presenters by ringing the doorbell and talking while they were unaware. Normally, when the portions were over, the two presenters would question the viewers about them and make certain they had never done anything. During the early days, Dave would occasionally converse with a figure known as Mini Jack, played by Phil Gallagher. In September 2004, the parts received a facelift, including a new set and new clothing for Dave and Alex. Almost all of the 2004 to 2005 portions are gone, with the exception of a TV commercial from the latter year that was featured on the Songs of Playhouse Disney DVD. By September 2005, the portions had become less prevalent, with fewer recorded for the year and a greater emphasis on out-of-vision presentation. After Playhouse Disney and sister channel Disney Channel transitioned from premium add-on networks to normal subscription networks in March 2006, the Playhouse presentation model was phased out completely in late August. Only the PJ's Bedtime and Bite-Size strands survived, which were deleted in November 2007 and May 2008, respectively. Additional segments. In addition to the portion starring Dave and Alex, various additional programs/strands were also presented. Circle Time. Jason Canning, a TV presenter, and now voice actor, hosts an instructional section. Circle Time featured Jason and a group of youngsters who created images in the Playhouse Disney garden. Whenever one of the kids had an issue, he would be inspired to write a tale using photographs sent by viewers. It is quite similar to a strand of the same name seen on the US Playhouse Disney block. Following Canning's departure, the strand was discontinued in 2003. Art Play. This strand focused on making and constructing a Disney-inspired artwork or object using things found at home. Sarah Louise Harper presented the original version, which was created in collaboration with several youngsters. Olivia Bonocci took over her role when she departed in early 2003 due to pregnancy. Bonocci's rendition of Art Play used a different framework, with herself and a puppet created of household items named Splodge creating artwork together. Music Time. In Music Time, Dave and/or Alex performed an on-location version of a classic Disney song. Alex Lovell verified that Dave did the majority of the Music Time parts, while she did a smaller proportion. The majority of them were filmed in Florida. Bite Size. A children's cooking show that started as a standalone program on Disney Channel in 1998 before becoming part of the Playhouse Disney franchise. Dave, as Deep Fried Dave, would prepare a Disney-themed dish with puppet Mitzi the Oven Glove, voiced by Catherine Smee. Other presenters that led the show in its early days were Carl Woolley, as Crispy Carl, and Sophie Aldred, as Stir Fry Sophie. Repeats were shown on occasion until May 2008, when it became the last significant vestige of the Playhouse format to be terminated. Pause. An Animal Strand hosted by Nick Spellman. This segment was introduced in late 2000 and is presently the only Playhouse Disney part with all of its segments completely lost. The Story Garden. A storybook-themed strand led by a lady named Pumpkin, actor unknown. This section was added in mid-2002 and shares similarities with Circle Time in terms of viewer-submitted photographs. However, unlike Circle Time, Pumpkin immerses herself in the narrative as she delivers it. PJ's Bedtime. In April 2004, a new segment, PJ's Bedtime, was established. This new thread showed Dave and new presenter Olivia assisting the puppet PJ Mole, puppeteered and spoken by Marcus Clark, in preparing for bed. PJ Mole's look and voice were initially distinct, but they were quickly adjusted to make him more kid-friendly. Aside from Bite Size, this was the only significant feature from this era to continue after Dave and Alex left in late August 2006, when PJ Mole took up hosting duties. The strand was finally dropped in November 2007. Merchandise. Playhouse Disney UK has seen relatively little merchandising, with what came out during this time being uncommon and difficult to locate. In 2000, Practical Parenting magazine distributed a promotional VHS tape that had specially filmed bits of little Alex demonstrating what Playhouse Disney was all about. Some of the portions from the tape were posted to YouTube by composer Michael Ulmer's official channel in 2009, and the complete video was later uploaded to the site by the user VHS Dump on March 28, 2021. The tape's cover was likewise lost until it was extracted via VHS Dump and sent to user LTP Harry, who quickly published it to the Disney Wiki on Fandom. Another promotional VHS called Discovering Playhouse Disney was also issued. Aside from some information on the back of the case, little is known about the content of this release, and just one copy has been discovered thus far, which was sold on eBay in October 2023. Warner Vision International issued a comprehensive CD/DVD titled The Songs of Playhouse Disney in September 2005. The DVD included sing-along versions of some of the songs featured on the CD. Clips from the DVD were originally published to an anonymous YouTube account until it was removed in the 2010s. However, LTP Harry quickly purchased a copy and re-uploaded the Playhouse-related movies from the DVD on YouTube, as well as uploading the entire CD to the Internet Archive. Live show. From 2001 to 2003, a live show toured retail centers around the United Kingdom. Aside from a few photos from the 2002 event and website information from the 2003 event, nothing is known about them because they were just created to promote the channel. Dave, Alex, Sarah Louise, and special guest Bear appeared on the tours of 2001 and 2002. Dave and Olivia, the new presenter at the time, were included on the 2003 tours. Known days. Many of the stated days for each year are virtually unknown because there has never been a complete list published. As of 2024, only 2002's whole day listing had been discovered. Alex Lovell verified that she does not have any master tapes or deleted content. It has also been reported that Dave has stated the same thing regarding any missing content. Status: partially found. Disney's Learning Adventures. Disney's Learning Adventures, Winnie the Pooh, Good Day, Good Night, and Time to Rhyme were two direct-to-DVD programs scheduled to be released in late 2006. While a trailer for the film surfaced in several Disney DVD releases at the time, featuring completely animated segments, both were eventually scrapped for unclear reasons. Aside from that, there is virtually no information on the episodes. Availability. Composer Will Zatara posted the first part of a rough edit of Good Day, Good Night on YouTube in 2012, and Annie Rosevier, who rescored the music, posted a later chunk in 2014. This means that the episodes were nearly finished, with only a final sound mix remaining. Because the videos are intended to be showcases, it is doubtful that the complete rough edit will be made public. Status: partially lost. Adventures in Nutrition with Captain Carlos.
Adventures in Nutrition with Captain Carlos. Captain Carlos, for short, was a series of flash-animated instructional films that ran on Playhouse Disney, now Disney Junior, between 2004 and 2007. As part of the Fit Hooray Shorts line. Story: each film featured a 6-year-old child named Carlos who had to choose between eating a nutritious snack and consuming junk food before participating in activities like as bowling or attending a soccer game. His sister, Maria, was continually trying to encourage him to consume junk food while singing a song about how they sure look like fun. A narrator then explains to the viewer how the two types of food affect the body, followed by Carlos enjoying the nutritious snack. The show would always finish with Carlos feeling like a superhero after eating the nutritious snack, and Maria fluttering his cape for him. Reception: the show was frequently panned, with the advice being ridiculous and youngsters unlikely to follow the guidelines at all, i.e. avoiding all forms of junk food. Availability: the skits have not broadcast on any incarnation of the network in the United States since at least 2008. However, there are reports that certain episodes may be available on pre-2009 Playhouse Disney home video releases. As recently as 2010, the series had been rebroadcast in at least one nation. A few episodes in English and Spanish are available on YouTube and Vimeo. Aside from that, there was little film available for several years, probably due to the short's obscurity. However, a YouTuber entitled Paradisey Legged posted the remainder of the films on YouTube, and the full series was discovered. However, at one time, all of the episodes were erased from that channel, resulting in the majority of the episodes being lost again. However, all of the episodes have resurfaced on YouTube either via tapes or screen recordings of Paradisey Legged's uploads, most of which have been sped up, slowed down, and/or watermarked. One of the guys who worked on the episode also shared a rough edit of spelling test to Vimeo. Status: found. Mouseterpiece Theater. Mouseterpiece Theater was an American animated compilation series that aired on the Disney Channel. The show consists of vintage theatrical Disney short cartoons with an in-between section presented by George Plimpton, who generally provides comments and background material before and after each film. The cartoons shown are supposedly censored. Mouseterpiece Theater broadcast on the Disney Channel in the evenings from April 18, 1983, the day the channel debuted, to some point in the 1990s. Episode list: each episode lasted 30 minutes, and 60 episodes were created throughout its first run. The episodes do not appear to have titles, even in the officially sanctioned Disney Channel magazine. Each episode is solely mentioned based on the short cartoons in it. Only 2 episodes are currently accessible, and there are no confirmed home media releases. Status: partially found. Pepper and Quikies UPN bumpers. Possibly in the late 1990s, Channel UPN would play bumpers known as Quikies, which may not be the correct name based on the Disney cartoon series Pepper Ann, which previously had several episodes missing. Each bumper had a unique version, beginning the same way but ending with a distinct situation. Each bumper was around 15 to 16 seconds long. However, it is unclear how much material was generated from each theme. For example, there are multiple Clean Up Your Room sketches, but it is unclear how much content was created for the other themes. The reality and hyper-reality part, which followed Pepper Ann's transformation into a young kid off-screen and her disclosure to her pals, had Nikki's statement cut off at the last second, and the Pepper Ann's mailbag piece about squirrels likewise cuts out before the phrase is finished. There are other bumpers and their variants, but only a few of them have returned on the internet. Furthermore, several of the restored bumpers were chopped off before the last second since they were recorded on VHS cassettes. In March 2024, a Tumblr user commented about these bumpers, prompting the discovery of another portion in a WKBD commercial collection dated February 2000 uploaded by YouTube user TheftsQuest. The episode, titled Words and Phrases for a New Millennium at 5:14, featured Pepper and on stage, displaying a clip from the character sketch using the phrase freezer burn. This segment stands out because it combined original animation with the program footage. The collection also includes various images from the bumpers, such as the Disney's one-to logo at the opening and finish of the program. Status partially found. Sign Me a Story with Belle. Patrick Davidson and Melissa Gould created Disney's Sing Me a Story with Belle, an American children's live-action television series. The series stars Belle from Beauty and the Beast, who operates the town book and music shop. She is typically met by youngsters who want to hear a story. In a format similar to Shining Time Station, Belle Lindsay McLeod, her puppet friends Harmony the Cat Jeff Conover, Big Book Jim Cummings, Bookworms Lewis and Carol Jim Cummings, and a late Christine Cavanaugh, and the villagers who visit the store interact with the children and teach them life lessons, morals, and solutions by narrating stories, which are interpreted to the home viewer through animated shorts from the Disney archives paired with the show's original songs. The show was created to highlight higher quality animation created for the requirement, and it is an early example of such a presentation. Another example is the Fox Cub House, which has also been destroyed. The sitcom premiered in syndication on September 8, 1995, and ran on affiliate stations across the United States until moving to the Disney Channel in 1998. On the same day, another Disney TV series based on The Lion King, Timon and Pumbaa, debuted. On December 17, 2017, Lost Media Wiki member Baby Day Silover discovered the episode Overcoming Fear on YouTube. On November 2, 2022, user Lenarix posted the episode Feeling Left Out to archive.org. Broadcast history. The United States. Sing Me a Story debuted in syndication on September 8 or 9, 1995, depending on which station aired it. In October 1998, the series stopped broadcasting in syndication and began showing on the Disney Channel instead. It began at 9 a.m. and was shifted to 6 a.m. in July 1999. The show's final known U.S. telecast was on September 3, 2000. Canada. In 2005, Sing Me a Story aired at least 3 times on Disney Channel Canada.
Teamo Supremo. Disney's Teamo Supremo is an animated children's show that ran on Disney's One Saturday Morning, ABC Kids, and Toon Disney from 2002 and 2004. Premise: the cartoon follows 3 superhero youngsters named Captain Crandall, Skate Lad, and Rope Girl as they defend their states from the supervillains they encounter. Availability: this is likely the most difficult Disney animation to obtain episodes of, due to the show's unpopularity and the fact that it did not air often. As of March 2022, only 34 of the 39 episodes had completely reappeared. The show premiered on RTE2's Club Disney block in Ireland in 2014 and in Guatemala in 2016. Disney has no plans to release the program on DVD anytime soon, and no VHS tapes have ever been issued. Status: partially lost. Who Framed Roger Rabbit hotline message. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a 1989 NES game developed by LJN and based on the 1988 film of the same title. Jessica Rabbit will provide Eddie Valiant, the game's protagonist, with a phone number 1-800-232-3324 at some point. Calling this number in real life would have resulted in the player receiving a recorded message offering game hints. However, the line was finally disconnected in 1990. A sex hotline utilized this number by at least 2010, but the exact date is uncertain. This information was prominently presented in Angry Video Game Nerd's second review of the game. The original message's audio has not been located. People that contacted the number back then reported the following message: "It is shocking the way some neighborhoods are getting. You practically can't walk anywhere without running into stray dogs, cats, and other animals. It makes you wish you carried a piece of meat, a fish bone, or a piece of cheese around with you. The weasel that is guarding Judge Doom's warehouse is the one called Stupid. I've heard that the only thing that'll get him to leave is a quick game of softball.
Know any place where you could get a baseball in a hurry? It is unclear if the person who said it was Jessica's voice actor, Kathleen Turner, or not. And unless one of the coders or the person who spoke the lines has a copy of the call, it might be gone forever. Status: lost. Disney Game Downloads. Disney Game Downloads was an online computer game download service run by Disney Online from 2005 until 2008. It included downloadable casual computer games starring Disney characters, all of which have since been discovered. History: all of Disney Game Downloads games featured Disney characters and were priced between $9.95 and $19.95. Free trials of the games were provided. There was also an expansion of the Disney Game Downloads service known as Disney's Game Cafe. Disney's Game Cafe, like Game House, Real Arcade, and Big Fish Games, featured casual game titles. It included games like Diner Dash, Polar Bowler, Feeding Frenzy 2, Granny in Paradise, and Bejeweled 2. Both DGD and DGC published a newsletter. Disney Game Downloads also had a UK website through Trimedia, which provided 2 more downloaded games, Disney's Toytopia and Disney's Mini Golf. These games were also released to the European and Australian markets via Macrovision's Games Network. The Disney Game Downloads website went inactive in the middle of 2008. Availability: after Disney Game Downloads went offline, the games could be purchased through Games Rocket, but they are presently sold out. The games are no longer accessible through Yahoo Games, iWin, CNET, or Bunty Games. Status: lost. Disney Channel Interactive. Disney Channel Interactive was a service provided by Dish Network starting in 2007. A viewer with the appropriate cable box might use their remote to access the interactive service by navigating to Channel 100, Dish Home. They could then play a variety of VisiWare-produced mini-games based on Disney Channel episodes. The channel also provided show descriptions and information about when individual series were scheduled to appear on Disney Channel. The service included exclusive games based on Hannah Montana, Kim Possible, That's So Raven, and The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. It's probable that more VisiWare-developed Disney games, such as Emperor's New School, were available. However, this remains unverified. It is unclear when the service was stopped. Press announcements as late as 2010 reference it. It was most likely stopped because the shows offered on the service had been cancelled. On September 25, 2022, user JustMalal asked Dish if they had any files. They stated that they deleted it from their archives when the whole Hopper system was released. While the games on the service are unlikely to be restored, the service's minimal footage is available on the internet. Because of this clip, the Zack and Cody game was dubbed Tipton Token Face-Off Games. A commenter was able to contact a former VisiWare distributor of interactive television games employee, and there is now a comprehensive list of all the games offered on this service. Status: lost. Mousercise. Mousercise is a kids' fitness show that aired on the Disney Channel. Kellen Plaschert presented the show, which was based on the 1982 fitness record of the same name, and encouraged viewers at home to participate in aerobic exercise, sometimes known as Mousercise. Each 30-minute episode featured choreographer Kellen leading a group of youngsters through a prolonged aerobic workout, often accompanied by costumed Disney characters like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. The program would begin with 2 minutes of stretching activities, followed by a series of more intensive exercises based on distinctive acts, such as pretending to be an elephant and plucking weeds from the ground. This part would last the duration of a featured song, which was generally a popular song at the time or a pick from the Mousercise album. Other workout portions included a narrative routine, which consisted of several themed exercises performed on a floor mat, as well as a cool-down routine at the end of the program that consisted of simple and relaxed stretches. Between the training sequences, Steve Stark delivered recurrent instructional portions that brought together an overarching theme of safety and well-being. These contained a crude animated scene named Did You Know? That taught viewers a specific information about health or safety, as well as a live-action skit at the close of the program starring one or more Mickey Mouse characters. Throughout each program, Kellen would repeatedly advise viewers to breathe properly and to take a break if they felt pain or discomfort. Episodes and availability. Mousercise was one of the Disney Channel's first series, debuting on April 18, 1983, coinciding with the channel's inauguration. Episodes were mostly created in the mid-1980s, although repeats remained on the network until 1996, when the Disney Channel transitioned from premium to basic cable. According to D23's Disney A to Z page on the show, a total of 60 episodes were produced, but only a few are currently available online, as no streaming or home media releases have been made other than a unique 50-minute program released on VHS and Laserdisc that did not include any footage from the TV show. As a result, the majority of episodes are gone, with the only ones that can be viewed being TV recordings posted to sites like YouTube and archive.org. Episodes 19, 21, and 29 are presently available online, both individually and in their entirety. Status: partially found. Out of the box. From 1998 until 2004, the Disney Channel aired the children's television series Out of the Box. The show was based on Douglas Love's works and took place in the box, where the show's two hosts, Tony and Vivian, would have local youngsters film and participate in various activities such as craft making, singing, and staging plays. Availability. The program featured at least 79 episodes divided throughout 3 seasons, but only 2, Happy Holidays and Halloween, were released on home video. There were 2 VHS releases. The first contained the episode Happy Holidays, and the second contained the episode Halloween. Furthermore, Halloween was included as a bonus feature on the DVDs Roly Poly Oly, A Spooky Ooky Halloween and The Book of Pooh, Just Say Boo. Aside from this, 11 additional episodes have been discovered in its entirety, along with snippets from Revealing Feelings. On October 14, 2019, it was announced that the program would be among the TV shows offered on Disney's new streaming service Disney+, which will premiere on November 12, 2019. Possible missing episodes. For a brief while in late 1999, when Season 2 was airing, 3 episode titles, Let's Eat Out, The Gift, and Treasures, appeared in the show's listings. These titles were not utilized for any of the normal rotation episodes, and they do not appear on Disney+. However, the U.S. copyright database indicates that there are gaps in the show's production sequence where these titles may be included. Specifically, the gaps occur in the first season, despite the titles appearing only in Season 2. Based on the names, it appears that these were early drafts of certain Season 2 episodes. A clip displayed in the opening for the first 2 seasons that isn't from any of the regular episodes and does not appear to have been filmed for the opening, see gallery below, provides more proof of their existence. However, whether these preliminary versions of the more recognized Season 2 plot were really broadcast is debatable. To begin, there are contradictory reports on newspapers.com concerning whether The Gift or Unicornucopia was the episode that aired on December 4, 1999. Furthermore, according to newspapers.com, The Gift and Treasures premiered on October 6 and 10, 1999, respectively, rather than Unicornucopia and Tooth or Consequences premiering on those dates, as the U.S. copyright database and Disney Plus both state. So, unless a tape demonstrating that the episodes were shown is discovered, it is safe to presume that the inclusion of the titles was a mistake. Status: partially lost. Dreamfinders. When the Disney Channel debuted in 1983, it aired numerous original shows, including Welcome to Pooh Corner and You and Me, Kid. Those episodes played on the channel for many years, although one original show, Dreamfinders, was announced for the station's inauguration but never created. The performance is based on the previous Epcot Center, now Epcot, attraction Journey into Imagination, which was renamed Journey into Your Imagination in 1999 and is now known as Journey into Imagination with Figment. Plot. According to the Disney Channel magazine, the show is about a group of youngsters in a real-world environment who are dealing with a dilemma. Dreamfinder, or, as the program dubbed him, Old Eli, would transport the youngsters to the realm of imagination, where they would apply their thoughts to devise a creative solution. However, Fear, the show's villain, and his henchmen would try to drag the children and Eli down the abyss of bewilderedness. availability. The hour-long show was planned to air over the weekend. Even though the show was never developed, Old Eli made a brief cameo during the Disney Channel's premiere countdown on April 18, 1983. On December 12, 2016, Lost Media Wiki user Katini posted a thread asking others to help him discover the series, and the search for it began to pick up. On December 16, 2016, LMW user Theringcrafter managed to contact a scriptwriter for the TV program and receive a screenplay for an episode titled Just in Time. He then shared a download of the screenplay, as well as letters written to the show's author, to the original forum for Dreamfinders. It validates many of the show's speculations while also providing a realistic representation of how it would seem on television. Disney's archives on their official fan club website, D23, contain information on Dreamfinders directly from their chief archivist emeritus, Dave Smith. The description of the performance provided was identical to the description in the ads. Smith goes on to say, no shows were ever completed. On July 28, 2022, LMW user NostalgiaGuy discovered a promotion for the program in the Disney Channel opening trailer. The commercial includes footage of the set and the actor, status, non-existence confired. This part is going to the end. Don't forget about like and subscribe for new videos. Bye and see you soon.